generational talent, your star player, the cash cow.
Something is not working properly.
I want to look like more information is coming out to how Caitlin Clark re-aggravated that.
Jacy Sheldon has officially been suspended following that now viral blow to Caitlin Clark, the one that sent social media into a frenzy with over 12 million views in a single day.
And I swear every time these two teams go up against one another, something happens, and it's honestly never good.
Petitions are circulating. Fans are ditching all-star tickets. This isn't just controversy, it's a reckoning.
So as you guys can see here, she is dribbling down, she plants her foot, she passes the ball to Kelsey Mitchell on the back door, and then when she is running back on the other end of the court, it seems like she's grabbing her.
The WNBA tried to stay quiet while their biggest star got blindsided. Not anymore. It wasn't just what happened, it was how it happened.
Did you guys notice all the coaches try to grab CC and pull?
Caitlin Clark was putting on a show. 14 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists in just 28 minutes. She looked sharp, confident, like the star everyone fell in love with. And then, in an instant, it all came crashing down. One moment, she's guiding the Fever to their third straight win. The next, she's on the floor, clutching her leg. The groin, again. Only this time, it looked even worse.
And I'm here to tell you, it is not a good moment in the fan base. Fans are quiet online. A lot of people are starting to look like they're reselling their all-star ticket.
Here's where things really get messy. The viral clip, the one racking up millions of views, clearly shows Jacy Sheldon, yes, that Jacy Sheldon, extending her leg straight into Caitlin Clark's groin.
Somebody, she hides it really well, and I don't know if hiding it or she handles it is probably the right thing to say. She handles the pressure. She handles all of the media spotlight, the attention.
And no, it's not subtle. No need to zoom in or analyze frame by frame. From two separate angles, her leg is fully off the ground, knee-locked, aimed directly.
Caitlin Clark is getting hurt damn near every week.
Clark grabs her leg instantly. This wasn't a flop. She was in real pain. And the ref? He was right there. Watched it happen. Didn't blow the whistle. No foul, no ejection, nothing. Let's not act like this came out of nowhere. This wasn't just intense defense. It was personal, and it's been brewing for years. Clark and Sheldon have history. Heated college matchups filled with elbows, eye pokes, and foul trouble. It was never just basketball between them. And let's not forget, earlier this very season, Sheldon straight up poked Caitlin in the eye. That clip's still out there. So now we're supposed to believe this accidental knee to the groin was just part of the game? Come on, it doesn't add up. The game was physical from the jump. Sheldon was glued to Clark from the opening tip, bumping, bodying, grinding on every possession. The intensity was real. But even with all that, the final play went too far. You don't extend your knee like that unless you're trying to make a statement. And sadly, the message landed. We can hit Caitlin Clark, and no one's going to stop us. That's where the outrage really begins. Not just because Clark is hurt again, but because the league, still silent, no statement, no update, no accountability. Fans have officially had enough. People are reselling, even giving away, their All-Star game tickets. That's how far it's gone. The sense of betrayal is real. And honestly, who can blame them? Caitlin Clark has been the engine behind the WNBA's surge. Ratings, jersey sales, national buzz, she's carried it all. And yet, week after week, she's getting knocked around with no protection in sight. Then came the bombshell. Multiple league insiders say the WNBA is now seriously considering a suspension for Jacy Sheldon over the incident. While the league hasn't made a public statement, sources say internal discussions are heating up. Not just because of the injury, but because the backlash from fans and sponsors is reaching a breaking point. Sources say the tipping point came when video clips of a visibly pained Clark were paired with slow-motion replays of Sheldon's knee-making groin-level contact. The optics were undeniable. A suspension, even a short one, would mark the league's first serious disciplinary action in the Caitlin Clark era and could set a lasting precedent. Whether it's about accountability or simply damage control, public pressure may finally be forcing the WNBA's hand. But this goes beyond missed calls. This is no longer just bad officiating. It's an institutional failure, and people are finally calling it what it is. As for Clark, her status remains uncertain. Word is the injury might be a tear, potentially worse than before. If that's true, she could miss several games, maybe even the All-Star weekend entirely. That's not just a blow to the league. That's a gut punch to the fans, and a serious hit to the WNBA's credibility. Because when your biggest star limps off the court and the league says nothing, what message does that send about player protection? about how you treat the very person driving your growth. This wasn't just a tough night in Boston. It might have been the moment the WNBA lost the trust of its fans. And just like that, the energy shifted. The fan base didn't just turn, it snapped. We're talking full-blown mutiny. All it took was one more cheap shot, one more dirty play, and one more deafening silence from league officials. Suddenly, fans were flooding resale platforms, offloading their All-Star tickets like they were cursed relics. And no, that's not exaggeration. Some were literally giving them away. This wasn't disappointment. It was protest. Quiet, but razor sharp. The message couldn't be clearer. If you won't protect Caitlin Clark, we're done protecting your profits. And now, the frustration isn't just aimed at refs, it's aimed higher. Way higher. Straight at WNBA leadership. Because here's what really stings. Caitlin Clark is the league's biggest asset, hands down. Ratings are climbing, jerseys are flying off shelves, ESPN is spotlighting her every night. She is the moment. And yet, week after week, she's the one getting hammered while the whistle just stares. Let's talk about that ref on the Jacy Sheldon play. Not only was he right there, front row, center stage, but Caitlin literally confronted him after taking a knee to the groin. And what did he do? Nothing. No tech, no flagrant, not even a delayed foul. He stood there like he was watching grass grow. The man had the emotional range of a paper towel, and experts wasted no time calling it out. Every week, Clark is getting hit, and every week, no one's stepping in. And they're not wrong. Whether it's an elbow to the back, a finger to the eye, or now this. It's always her. And the refs? It's like they've got a no-contact policy for everyone except Caitlin Clark. And speaking of silence, where on earth is Cathy Engelbert? The WNBA commissioner hasn't said a single word. No, we're reviewing the incident. No, we support our officials. Nothing. Not even a generic statement. Just radio silence. And now fans are done waiting. They're going over the refs' heads and calling out the top boss directly. That's right. Adam Silver's name is now popping up in fan threads, Reddit posts, and YouTube comment sections. Wild, right? But fans are fed up. They're saying, if Cathy Engelbert won't do anything, maybe the NBA will. There's even a petition making the rounds, calling for Silver to step in and remove her altogether. And it's gaining serious traction. People are starting to ask the hard question. Is the WNBA sacrificing its biggest star just to keep the league looking balanced? Like maybe they're afraid of one player overshadowing the rest. That's the theory. And it's not just coming from internet trolls, it's being discussed on credible platforms. And if there's even a shred of truth to that, then we're not talking about poor officiating anymore. We're talking about sabotage. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is out there limping through games, dropping 14 points, still packing arenas. And what does she get in return? Another injury? Another missed call? Another media storm full of outrage and excuses. Fans are done. They're not just demanding justice for Caitlin, they're demanding accountability for the future of the league. Because here's the bottom line. If the WNBA can't protect its biggest star, what message does that send to every young girl watching from the stands or from home? That you can carry a league on your back and still get left in the dirt. That's not just bad optics, that's a crisis. And just when you thought this saga couldn't twist any harder, boom, a fan decked out in full Caitlin Clark gear gets kicked out of TD Garden. Meanwhile, Jacy Sheldon is out here throwing knees like she's auditioning for the UFC. But the guy in a Clark jersey, he's the one getting tossed. Why? Allegedly for touching Sonya Rivers. Now hang on, because we've all seen the clip. It didn't look aggressive, didn't even look confrontational. If anything, the guy was clapping. That's it. Next thing you know, security swarms him like he stormed the court. And the internet lost its mind. You can knee Caitlin Clark and stay in the game, but clap a little too hard and you're getting escorted out? Make it make sense. And now comes the part no one wants to say out loud. Is Caitlin Clark done for the season? This wasn't a tweak. Multiple sources are saying it could be a severe groin tear, maybe worse than what she was already nursing. That's why she stayed down. That's why she couldn't get back up. And if that's true, the league's biggest star might be sidelined when they need her most. That's why she limped off the court. That's why her teammates looked rattled. Even they knew this wasn't just another bump or bruise. Clark was finally finding her rhythm again. It was only her fourth game back from injury, and she was on. 14 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. She looked like Caitlin Clark again. And then, just like that, it's gone. No update from the Indiana Fever. No word from the league. Just complete silence while the biggest name in women's basketball may be out again, possibly long-term. And let's be real about what's at stake. The All-Star Game. The moment everyone's been waiting for. Her name alone was driving ratings. Caitlin Clark is nearly 60% of current WNBA jersey sales. She is the face of this league. She's the reason casual fans even started watching. And if she's sidelined again, that's a direct hit to ticket sales, viewership, momentum, everything. She's the one bringing in the numbers. And yet, the league's letting her take hit after hit like she's disposable. You can't plaster her face on every promo, lead every broadcast with her highlights, and then let her get wrecked without consequence. That's not just mismanagement. That's sabotage. Now let's address the elephant in the room. What happens to Jacy Sheldon? Because fans aren't asking for accountability. They're demanding it. Suspension, at the very least. Many want more, and they're not wrong. The footage is damning. The timing is suspicious. The injury is very real. This isn't speculation. It's playing out in high definition across every highlight reel online. If the league doesn't act, the backlash is going to be nuclear. The WNBA's credibility is on the line. This isn't just about longtime fans anymore. This is about new fans, Gen Z viewers, NBA crossovers, international attention, all watching closely. And if the message they walk away with is, even our biggest stars don't get protected here, then what's the point? Sponsorships could start pulling out. TV partners might begin asking tough questions. And Adam Silver, already tagged in every other tweet, may have no choice but to step in. Not out of courtesy, but to protect the NBA's brand alignment and save face. We've seen this before in other leagues. Concussion scandals in the NFL, load management blowback in the NBA. When public pressure hits a boiling point, change has to happen. So now we're staring down a much bigger question. Is this the WNBA's wake-up call? Because whether you're a Caitlin Clark fan or not, if you care about this league, you should care about protecting its stars. You should care about accountability. And right now, it feels like both are being ignored. Let's be clear. This isn't about hating on Jacy Sheldon. It's not about favoritism or drama. It's about safeguarding the players who are literally carrying the league. Because Caitlin Clark, she's not just a standout rookie. She's a movement. She's the reason millions are finally watching. So here's the message to the league, loud and clear. Do better. Protect your stars or risk losing the very audience you just worked so hard to gain.